Hi guys, I'm here today to do a video about 5 books that will make you smile and just kind of make you feel happy when you read them. I've already done books that will make you cry and books that will make you laugh, so these are just 5 books that are really good that will make you kind of smile and enjoy life and feel happy. So I've only chosen 5 because I could choose about 70, but I've gone for 5 that are kind of quite recent and books that you might not have actually read yet. So I'm going to start off with just how they are laying on the floor, and the first one is try not to hit myself in the face with it. Paige Toon's The Longest Holiday. Now, Paige Toon is a really fantastic author, and anything that she writes is guaranteed to put a massive smile on your face. This is her most recent book, The Longest Holiday. She has got one coming out this year called 13 Weddings, which I'm so excited about. But this is a really lovely story about Laura, who she has been married, but her husband makes I nearly swore then, a really bad mistake. And she flies off to Florida with her friend, and they have like a really good holiday, but then she finds someone on holiday and it turns into a bit of a holiday romance. And does Laura then fly home at the end of the holiday and go back to her boring life, or does she kind of change her mind and do something else with her life to stay with the person that she's fallen in love with? So really lovely story, fantastic writing from Paige as always guaranteed to put a smile on your face. Even though there's some bits that might make you cry, you're always going to end up with a smile at the end of it. So yes, perfect reading. The next one is not as naughty as it sounds, but it is called The Naughty Girls Book Club by Sophie Hart. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, oh my goodness me, I don't want to read this, it looks a bit too naughty. But actually, it's not actually that erotic at all. I'd say it was more like a chicklet with a slight dusting of erotic fiction. It's basically about a woman who runs a coffee shop and it's kind of failing. She doesn't have many customers, so she decides to set up a book club. And when she gets people to come along to the book club, they try and decide what books they want to read, and they decide to read like a current book that's basically like 50 Shades of Grey, that's kind of sweeping the nation, everyone's reading it, and they read it and they all seem to enjoy it. So they decide to turn it into a book club where they read erotic fiction. And each week they read an erotic title, and they kind of go through all the classics and some more modern ones, and it's really interesting to see how they all feel about it. But it's also about Estelle and her life behind the scenes and her own love life and how she feels about things, and it's really lovely, kind of heartwarming and happy story, and it's not really predominantly about naughty books at all. So yeah, definitely worth reading if you haven't read that one. The next one is by an author who just makes me want to cry with laughter. It is A Passionate Love Affair with a Total Stranger by Lucy Robinson. Lucy Robinson, if you don't read her blog, then I'm going to leave a link in the description box. You have to go and check it out. She's just absolutely hilarious. The things that she writes about just make me smile so widely. And this is about Charlie Lambert, who has worked hard at creating the perfect life. She has an aspirational flat, a job of international significance, and a very good pair of legs, but best of all, her boss has asked her out after 7 years hard flirting and a covert fumble in a mop cupboard. Then she breaks her leg in 3 places, watches her boss propose to someone else, and is forced to hand over her job to her nasty deputy. Charlie, a certified workaholic, fears that she'll go mad. Dangerously bored, she starts helping people who are talentless at internet dating. Then William arrives in her inbox and rocks her world. Helpless, she watches herself fall in love with him and discovers she's not who she thought she was. But can she turn back on her old life for a total stranger? That probably didn't make much sense because I read too fast most of the time. But yeah, love this book. So funny, so warm, so friendly, so relatable. It's just fantastic. And Lucy Robinson, like the way that she writes about her own life is just exactly the same way that she writes in the fictional world. It's just fantastic and funny and just brilliant. And I love the little cover as well, with the little dog on it. It's so cute. The next book is a book that I think probably most of everybody has read, if you like contemporary women's fiction, but it is You Had Me at Hello by Mara McFarlane. Oh my goodness me, if you want a love story that's going to end happily and is going to make you cry big fat tears of happiness, and this is the one for you. It's just, I just have all the feels about it. Rachel and Ben and Rachel, it was them against the world until it all fell apart. It's been a decade since they last spoke, but when Rachel bumps into Ben one rainy day, the years melt away. They'd been partners in crime and the best of friends, but it's clear that life has moved on. Ben is married, Rachel is not. Yet, in that split second, Rachel feels the old friendship return, and along with it, the broken heart she's never been able to mend. Loved it so much. It's just so lovely, and I just want to read it again now I've got it in my hands. But yeah, if you haven't read this, then read it. And I think it's still only like 99p on Amazon on Kindle, so bargain or what. So yeah, definitely give that a read. And the final one, I have to mention this book. I talk about this book probably in nearly every video I make, but it is ta-da, The Rosie Project by Graham Simpson, and let's just do the thing again like I always do. I have a signed proof copy. Woo! Yeah, I love The Rosie Project. It's so funny. I was going to put this in my books to make you laugh, but I decided to put it in the books that will make you happy, because this book will just make you smile, big fat smiles, and laugh and feel happy and just get lost in the world of Don and his amazingly funny life. This is about, oh dear, this is about a genetics professor called Don Tillman who wants to find himself a wife, but he has decided that he's sick and tired of dating loads of unsuitable girls, so he decides to make a questionnaire that women can fill in so he can filter out the unsuitable ones. So basically, if you want to date him, you fill out a questionnaire, and if you don't match a certain amount of questions, then you're filtered out and you don't get to date him. And his friends are kind of like wondering why he's doing this, and they want to try and get him to fall in love with a woman that, you know, doesn't have to be perfect for him. And then along comes Rosie, who's everything that Don doesn't want, but they embark on the father project together, and then they kind of fall in love with each other, and it's a beautiful story about how love kind of comes from the people you least expect it to, and you find it in the most unexpected of places. And it's just an absolutely glorious book, and I absolutely adore the cover as well. It's just so lovely, and a book that if you haven't read, then you have to, and if you die before you've read this book, then your life has not been properly lived, so make sure you read this right now. So that, guys, is my top 5 books to make you smile. There's so many more I can say. Read all of Paige Toon's books, that they'll all make you smile. All of Lucy Robinson's will make you smile. Miranda Dickinson, perhaps Lindsay Kelk, or just kind of any kind of women's fiction. That's all going to make you smile. So yeah, best books to make you smile are those 5 there. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I'll be back soon with 5 books that will make you scared and terrified to go to sleep. So I'll see you then. Bye, guys.